I just got off work. I'm tired, and I got sucked into doing an elders quorum volunteer assignment to help somebody move. So I show up. I'm 45 minutes late, and I get there, and everybody's standing around, and there's nothing going on. I'm like, hey, have I missed it? You know, I'm like, I'm coming home from work. I'll get there as soon as I can. And then I get there. Have I missed it? No, we haven't started yet. And so we decide, well, this lady's late. So we start loading the van, and then, I don't know, 10 minutes later, all of a sudden she starts yelling at us, you know, coming up the drive. No, you're doing it. No, stop. And I'm like, I'm out of here, dude. And I start walking to my car, and then I'm like, no, somebody needs to tell this. And I'm gonna hold my tongue, but somebody needs to tell this barking female dog of a woman, we're volunteers, lady. Our time cards are maxed out, just making ends meet for our families, temporally and spiritually. Okay, so when we do acts of service for rando strangers who we've never met in our lives, to help them move in and out of our ward, and they never come to church anyway, all right? We're doing this out of the goodness of our heart. We're doing this because we're disciples of Christ. And yes, Christ taught us not to argue back, right? We're supposed to turn the other cheek. And that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I'm just not going to show up. All right, if you're going to bark at me, I'm not going to show up. But I'm like, I will not listen to you bark at my fellow quorum members like this, and not have something to say. So I went back, and I unloaded on her a little bit, and then our elders quorum president was like, Roy, just go home. And I was like, fine, and I'm out of there. But listen, man. I'm happy to serve, but I'm done. I'm done sacrificing sleep, sacrificing time, sacrificing energy for ungrateful people who are just going to yell at me and my friends. I'm done. I'm not going to just serve. I don't care if people are dealing with mental health issues. You don't talk to people who are trying to help you that way. You just don't do that. So I'm done. Done. You want service from me? Be nice. Ask nicely. Use manners, all right? That doesn't cost you anything. And you sure as crap do not lash out at people who are trying to help you, okay? Don't reach out to the elders quorum and ask us to come help you, and then rip our heads off because you showed up late and didn't give clear, you don't know how to communicate, all right? Sorry. We cannot build Zion this way, all right? We're not going to build Zion this way. So, anyway, yes, I'm short of sleep. I'm going to bed. I'm glad I'm not in any position of leadership in the church, because my views don't have to represent the church right now. I'm practically a civilian. And I'm definitely, if I'm any kind of a grunt in this version of God's army, everything's above my pay grade, all right? So, but look, even I take correction when it's done with love. I take notes. I take correction when it's done with love and respect. I don't need your criticism. And I sure as crap don't need your criticism when I'm trying to help build the kingdom. We're all volunteers here. I remember when I was on my mission, and some 70 starts chewing out all the missionaries for all the things they're doing wrong. And I'm like, dude, you think this is going to get it done? This is not going to get it done. This is not teaching in the Savior's way. All right? So just a word to my priesthood leaders, just a word of respectful, considered, probably unsolicited, but certainly well-intentioned advice. The people you are leading are maxed out. We're happy to help. We're happy to help where needed, but we are maxed out, okay? So don't go signing us up for volunteer projects that we do not have the resources, and I'm not saying money-wise, I'm saying time and psychological energy-wise. We don't have the resources to deal with crazy people who live in Utah and know how to game the system and purposely are you know what? I'm just going to say this too. Don't ever make me a bishop, because I am not giving out welfare checks to people. I'm just not. I've had it. I've had it. You know, you want to come to the church, you want to come to this volunteer organization, come correct if you need help, and we'll be happy to help you. But don't come yelling at us like we owe you anything. We don't, all right? We're all trying to make it work. We're all trying to do good for our fellow man. And, you know, we're already divided politically as a church. We don't need extra contention in our lives. So, right? So don't. I know you bishops and elders quorum presidents and Relief Society presidents are maxed out too, and you're just trying to do the right thing, but we got to learn how to say no to some of these people, some of these lost sheep. Some of these lost sheep are gaming your flock. All right? Some of these lost sheep are looking to use and abuse the 90 and 9, and they know what they're doing. And I know it's not our place to judge who is what, but we don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. Not if we're going to create environments that our children can be raised in truth and light. And yes, I know they also need to see us. They need to see our examples of serving others. But man, unbelievable. All right. So I guess I better go and do some repenting now too. Sorry for having an opinion.